party manifesto for the local council elections. We will stand up for the community and speak on behalf of residents on green issues. Take complaints seriously and give neighborhoods a say in local decisions. Allocate better funding for youth projects and ensure they are properly managed. Provide grants for voluntary organizations that help with the elderly and disabled.
Be the role of the mayor. The Mayor of London is elected by any Londoners eligible to vote, and has quite a high profile. The Mayor is the capital's spokesperson with a range of powers and duties. He or she sets the annual budget for the Greater London Authority and plays a key role in the running and funding of various projects. The Mayor heads the Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime, who provide policing in the capital. The Mayor also chairs Transport for London, and sits on various committees. What is available? Healthcare. Frequently asked questions. Do I need to register with a GP? How do I become a participant in a clinical trial? How do I get referred to a specialist? Can I get cosmetic surgery free of charge? Can I get free prescriptions? Are all medical records confidential? What if I suspect a doctor has made a mistake? What is available? Healthcare. Frequently asked questions. Do I need to register with a GP? How do I become a participant in a clinical trial? How do I get referred? Be in hospital. Patients' experiences. The doctors and nurses were very dedicated and kept me informed at all times. I know the staff were rushed off their feet, but nobody took any notice of me calls for help. Spotlight. Staying in hospital. Felt miserable when L. was admitted, but I had absolute confidence in the nursing staff and soon felt my old self again. I was admitted to the ward, seen by a junior doctor, then nothing happened for 2 days. I felt the whole time that my well-being was the staff's prime concern. You can be admitted to hospital equals taken there and treated. After treatment, you are discharged, equals given permission to leave. Then you go home to convalesce, equals spend time recovering. Sin recuperate, convalescence and sin recuperation. Police procedures. An arrest is when a police constable detains someone suspected of an offense. In the UK, the police can arrest you if they have a valid arrest warrant, issued by a magistrate, or if they have reasonable grounds for suspecting you have committed or are about to commit an offense. You are cautioned and then taken to a police station as soon as possible. Once you are in custody, you have the right to legal advice from a solicitor. If there is sufficient evidence, the police will charge you, and you will then appear in court where a magistrate will decide whether you should be remanded in custody or released on bail. Spotlight. The police. If your case goes to trial, you will either be convicted of the crime, or found innocent and acquitted. If you are found guilty, you will be sentenced by a judge. A police officer is any member of the police force. In the UK, a police Constable, abbreviated as PC, is an officer of the lowest rank, equals position in an organization. Above the rank of constable is the sergeant, the inspector, and so on. The chief constable is the head of each regional police force. An important element of the criminal justice system is punishment for breaking the law. Since the abolition of capital punishment in the UK, imprisonment has been the most serious punishment. It satisfies our need for justice squared, and longer prison sentences are meant to be a deterrent. Furthermore, criminals who are locked up are no threat to society, and rehabilitation programs in prison give criminals a chance to change their behavior. However, the current system is in crisis. More people are being imprisoned, a significant percentage re-offend, and for some criminals, prison is simply regarded as an occupational hazard. Is it just our way of taking revenge? If so, can we justify its continued existence? B. A different system. Grendon is not a typical institution within the prison system. It is constructed exclusively on the principles of group therapy, and operates more as a community than a prison for offenders. The inmates are all serving long sentences, and a high proportion are guilty of violent crime. Yet the prison is different from the normal system in almost every way, with an absence of physical force and segregation. The prison is divided into 5 self-contained communities. The prisoners are not confined in cells, and decisions are only taken with their consent. Spotlight self. Before nouns and adjectives, self means of. To or by yourself. Self-contained communities are able to exist without outside help. On a self-catering holiday, you do the cooking yourself. Self-assessment is judging your own progress. The U.S. military comprises 5 branches in its field of operations: the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps and the Coast Guard, all under civilian authority. More than 1.35 million people serve in the professional full-time military, with a further 800,000 in the reserve army. There is no longer compulsory military service, though men aged 18 to 25 must register for it if the need arises. The U.S. military distinguishes between enlisted personnel, who make up about 85% of the armed forces and carry out fundamental operations such as combat and administration, and officers, who manage and supervise operations. The range of jobs is vast, but encompasses such diverse activities as running a hospital, commanding a tank, flying military aircraft, programming computers, maintaining weapon systems, etc.